Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Itaset on Mock. The time is currently 8:37. I have somewhere to be at 9:30. So let's see if I finish my makeup in time. First thing I do in any makeup routine is skin prep. Skin prep is so important and so vital for your end results in your makeup look. It just gives it that balanced, moisturized feel before you put on your products and all that cakiness before it messes things up. So I first use my Rosewater Glycerin facial mist. Then I went in with my Pond moisturizer. I love Ponds a lot because I have very dry skin, so I see a difference when I use this. My face always just feels so plump and dewy. I really like it a lot. And I would usually go in with some serums, but I'm running late today, so I can't even. The next thing I'm gonna go with is my primer from E.L.F. So tonight I am going to Mako's Lounge with a few friends of mine. I've never been to Mako's Lounge, but I've heard from all my family and friends that it's a fantastic place to be, so I can't wait. So I'm gonna rub primer all over my face. You don't have to if you have oily skin or combination skin. You should only really put the primer on where you get sweaty and oily. But I just like my face to feel sticky so that my makeup stays. Primer is usually used to control sweat and like create like a blurring effect. But I just need my makeup to stay all night because I'm out for a minute. So now that I'm done using my primer, I'm going to go in with my color corrector from LA Girl Pro Concealer. If you take away anything from this makeup routine, take away color correcting. I have seen a big improvement, a big transformation in my makeup ever since I started using color corrector. Usually when I would put foundation on my concealer, I would still see those gray ashy like parts of my face, like around my mouth, underneath my eyes a little bit. And ever since I started using color corrector, I don't know what it is. Actually, I do know what it is. It neutralizes that the dark spots, and just like when I lay down the foundation, it gives it like an even shade. I don't know why I'm talking so fast.
Alex Epps. Take a look inside your.
Now, how I'm able to achieve this bronzy look in my everyday makeup is through underpainting. Now, if you haven't heard of underpainting, it's a technique that I learned from Patrick Ta on TikTok, but it's a technique where you put your excuse me. It's a technique where you put your contour underneath your foundation to just already sculpt your face. You can do it on top of it as well, but you just need to already give yourself that sculpt.
Oh, is there any room for me? I would have to hold my breath till you get down on one knee. Because you only want to hold me when I'm looking good enough. Did you ever fool me? Would you ever picture us? Every time I comb my hair, where's any outfit?
Now that my concealer is dry, I'm gonna go in and blend it. So I adopted this new makeup routine for myself sometime last year, and ever since I did it, I have been obsessed with how I looked. I just loved it so much, and I just hope y'all like appreciate it, I guess. So the whole point of makeup is no hash line. So I'm gonna go in with my dirty ass beauty blender to blend those harsh lines, to blend my contour, because you shouldn't be able to see where my contour starts and finishes. Then I'm gonna go in with foundation. I've noticed a lot of people use foundation after concealer, and I used to do that too, but like ever since I adopted this new routine, I just saw that it works better to use the foundation first, because I don't know, when I use the concealer and then foundation, it just made things a little bit too muddled up for me. But if you have success with that, then you're one of God's favorites, so congrats to you. So I am fairly new to this YouTube game. I just started my channel, so I'm not really sure what type of content to give to y'all. So be patient with me because I'm gonna go through a lot of trial and error, but it's gonna be here. I'm gonna be here for a long time, so we'll be fine. We'll just have to get to know each other a little bit more. So a little bit about me. I grew up in Lagos, Nigeria. I am 21 years old. My birthday is in September. I'm a Libra. Um, I went to school. I graduated school in Atlanta, Georgia, and I am back in Lagos for NYSC. If y'all want to see some NYSC vlogs, please let me know. If y'all want to see some NYSC content, let me know. But just know that I will never show my face in the camera because that uniform is the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life. What do you mean brown boots, green pants, and white top? No, thank you. Now I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills concealer in the shade 21. I discovered this concealer at Sephora like 2 years ago and I have never looked back. I tried using Dior and Too Faced, and like Too Faced is fantastic, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, Anastasia just has me. Anastasia just has me in a chokehold. I don't know what. So this is the concealer map that I use. For the sake of the video, I just decided to lay out everything for you. Usually I only do one side at a time. I do this side, then I blend, and I go ahead and do the other side and I blend. I don't usually like put it out like this, but for the sake of you guys, because I'll do anything for you guys, I wanted to just show you. So when I'm blending out my concealer, do you see how some of my concealer is starting to lift up a little bit? So I forgot to do this. This is a trick I learned in makeup school. Take your beauty blender and tap it into some product that you have on your hand and then go ahead and blend it. This is so that the concealer does not lift when you're moving it around. So it doesn't lift, it doesn't shift, it stays in place.
You go bow for the result, though. Nothing to discuss, oh. Cause I did well by default and without any doubt, oh. I'm a me happy adult, oh. I no go feed the girl, I no go feed the girl insult, oh. I'm a mind that's you can talk, oh. I put my life into my job and I know I'm in trouble. She manipulate my love, oh. I know holy, and I know that. So now that I've blended my concealer, I am going to use two setting powders. Yes, two. I'm going to use a translucent setting powder, the one from Laura Mercier, and then I'm going to use this Huda Beauty colored powder in the shade Cherry Blossom. When applying makeup, it's so important to know your undertones. For foundation, concealer, even your setting powder, you just need to know what your body, the tones of your body are. So I have a neutral undertone, so that's why I can use colored setting powder, pink color setting powder, because my neutral just cancels out better. So do figure out your undertones so you know what type of setting powders you can get, but anybody can use translucent. So I put the two colors on my hand. See, this is pink, and okay. So now that I've set my concealer in place, I'm going to get on my brows. I would encourage anyone to start with their brows first in your makeup routine because I feel like it just feels, you start feeling yourself along the way
more when your brows are done because now I'm not. If I did my brows first, you would see me dancing. You would see me looking at myself so much, like looking only at my mirror, not the camera. But because I didn't do that, this is where we are. So I'm going in with my e.l.f. brow lift because I like using brow gel. My brows like to misbehave as well as every other part of hair on my body. So I like to just keep them in place. I feel so shy showing you guys my dirty makeup product because the first thing about makeup as a makeup artist is to keep your products clean. Hygiene is so important. I don't know why. I don't know why. Have you all ever wondered why we treat like people better than we treat ourselves? What is the psychology behind that? And don't say it's because I hate myself because I love myself, so I just don't know why I don't do better for myself. Hmm. QTNA. I'm not actually using the blush. I'm just gonna use the mirror to look at myself because I need to know what going for here. Can't fuck up my brows on camera. Actually, you know what? You know how YouTubers and TikTokers love to do that brows off camera? I'm back. My brows are done. So the next thing I am going to do is actually put on some more contour because it's bronze. But I think I like my stuff to be a little bit dark, like, cause this is my everyday bronze. If I was in the daytime, I think this would be okay, cause you see, I'm still a little bit dark in places, but I'm going out. There's gonna be flash photography. I need to look like a baddie. You know what I'm saying? So as y'all can see, to blend out my contour, I'm going to just use my foundation brush. I'm not gonna put any product on it, and then I'm just gonna tap it all around in like circular motions. Just to blend it, because the number one rule in makeup, no harsh lines. Unless you like a harsh contour, then go ahead. So what I am going to do next is put on blush. And so usually for my bronze everyday makeup routine, I don't use blush. I'm not a big fan of blush until I started using the Patrick Ta blush in the shade She's Wanted. That's when I started like thinking blush was for me. I'm gonna go in with the powder. I'll have done cream, but I've already done all my creams, so it's time for powders. I'm gonna take my e.l.f. brushes, just tap it like this, and I'm going to give myself a good look in the mirror. You want your blush to come like this. Whew. So I just want to say that the blush is optional. I don't usually use blush anyways when I'm doing my bronze look, but I just feel like having blush on my face just to give myself a little bit of color back. But I don't always do this. It's just depending on my mood. And even when I do use blush, I like it to be very subtle. Like I want you to see that it's there, but I don't want it to be everywhere. So I'm gonna use my beauty blender and really like blend it out. So it's like that. So now that I've done my powder blush, I'm going to use my powder bronzer. I'm so sorry for how dirty my products look. Am I? Not really. And that is it, guys. We are done. I'm just kidding. You need to do your eyes and your lips. Don't go anywhere. My eye look, I like it very simple, very basic, I guess. So I'm just gonna take my Juvia foundation. I'm sorry. So I'm just gonna take my Juvia eyeshadow palette in the shade Nubian Earth, and I'm gonna go for the darkest shade. That's the brown here, and I mean, I could try to do an eye look. No, I don't want to do an eye look. There's this trend on TikTok that's talking about makeup blindness, and I think that's so funny because I definitely used to have eyeliner blindness, exhibit A. We don't talk about that anymore, but I'm just like, it's so real. Like, we really, when you start getting new to makeup, when you start first doing makeup, you really don't know how terrible you're doing it until like you keep practicing and like years have gone by, months if you're good, but like years have gone by and you're actually much better and you go back to be like, what the fuck was I thinking? Because there's no way my friends hyped me up when I posted that on my Instagram and they didn't say nothing about my eyeliner. You guys aren't fake, you're supportive, but you need to know the meaning of discernment.
I did what I got one then kill Sovoma. I did try to buy moto, one Toyota Corolla. My feelings been they swing like Django Lover. Feelings been they swing like Django Lover. Now you crash your Ferrari for Leggy Bona. Now so much you make you have been all over. My feelings today swing like Django Lover. Feelings today swing like Timbani at you. I'm a white dog in Venice. Why you say I did nothing for you when if I do anything you want me to do? Timbani at you. I'm a white dog in Venice. Why you say I did nothing for you when if I do anything you want me to do? Maybe another time, maybe another life. You will be my wife and we'll get it right. Don't last. Now everybody go to breakfast. Have to say bye-bye, yo. Bye-bye, yo. To the love of my life, my eye, yo. Don't cry, yo. I need to go and shadow. I need to go and shadow.
Okay, guys, this is my final makeup look. I have to go change, dress up, and leave the house. I'll be right back.
Kilo fait un modèle